Hello class, it is time for my favorite part of the project, assembling it. All right, so you're going to have your original sheet that you colored, and what we're going to be doing is cutting out these three pieces here. So you're going to have these 1, 2, 3 pieces. And you kind of notice that they're different heights. Slide this over here a little so you can see. Actually, I'm going to move this over here real quick. All right, so they're different heights. You can see that this group of buildings is the tallest. This group of buildings is the medium page. And it's interesting because there's no tabs on this one, but there are on the middle piece, and then the street scene with the cars on the pavement also has little tabs, and it is smaller than the middle piece. They're also, each one is longer. You can see here is the original, I guess it would be the background piece that's going to lay flat. And then the one with the tabs is longer. Even if the tab is there, even if you line up the buildings themselves, it's still longer. And then the street scene is even longer than the first two. And there's a reason for that. All right, so one of the things I want to caution you about, when you cut out your street scenes, make sure you don't have to worry too much about this one. You can see with this one, there's no tabs, tight space there. You're just gonna cut around the building. But when you get to the next piece, make sure you don't cut this off. We need this piece. So when you cut this piece out, you want to go, ooh, there's a tight space there, all the way around that tab. And again, when you cut up here and go over the buildings and down the side, make sure to keep that tab on there. All right, some of your photocopies will have the issue that mine does. There's no line on the bottom because I made the print too small. So that's not a problem because all I did was, here's one end, here's the other end, and I connected the dot. So you just can draw a line. If you think you can cut it and just go across without having to draw a line, that is absolutely fine. I just found it easier for me to draw a line across the bottom and then cut that. All right, so we'll put this aside because I already pre-cut out this to show you how to glue it. It's really simple. The coolest thing about this is the fact that it is going to be 3D. The reason that this paper, the See the Second City, it's longer, is because if you glue them flat together, the edge would stick over. But if you glue the edges where the edges match, there's excess paper and it goes in a circle and it creates a 3D sculpture out of the paper. All right, so what's really nice about this is you only need 1, 2, 3, 4 spots that get glue. That's it. You're just gonna put glue on the back of them. So I highly recommend, so that you know where the glue is supposed to go, is to fold these tabs, those little white tabs on the end of each piece. So we're going to fold hopefully you can see that. There's a line there and I just folded it back. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. All right, this one has a line there. I'm going to have to just be creative and fold on that dotted line there because it has the other side has a solid line that I was easily able to tell where it folded. But hey, as long as we've got some place to put glue, we're good. All right, so that was easy. Just fold those 2 tabs back, and these tabs are even tinier, so they're even easier. So we'll fold. And I tend to use my fingernails to make a good crease. All right, and again, folding. All right. The next thing you need to be careful about is where the glue goes. It doesn't go on the front. No, 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 no. No glue on this side. Flip it over like a pancake. Where you want the glue to go, and since my glue is purple, I'm going to use a purple marker. You don't need to do this. I'm using a purple marker just to show you where the glue goes. This area here, I'll just color it in for the heck of it. That's where the glue goes. And on this side, the glue goes here. That is the only part where you want the glue, is on this strip, on the back side. When you are gluing, make sure, if you're like, oh, I'm getting ready to glue. Oh, wait a minute, I see my colored cities. No, 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 I gotta flip it over. All right, so I'm gonna start with one tab. Let's go for the short one. Kind of put my glue up there a little bit. Oh gosh. Okay, I got a lot of glue. That's all right. I got tissues. Clean up my mess. It's funny because you can see the glue is on here, but because they're both purple, you can't tell that one side's glued as much as the other. All right, so what we want to do is line the buildings up and fold the tab to the back. That's all you want to do. You're just literally going to line the, let's do that again since the glue is not dried. The tab is going to go over the edge of the building. The building edges are going to line up, and you're just going to fold that tab back. What that does, let's see if I can straighten that a little. I got it a little off. What that does, it's kind of like making a little bit of a book here. Boy, don't laugh at me. I am struggling here. Let me lay this back on here like I did before. Line up the buildings, because I'm also lining up the bottom. That's another thing. You don't want to do this up here. If you have the bottom of this building up here and the bottom of the back building down there, we're going to have a problem. So make sure you're lining up the side of the building and the bottom of the building and just folding that tab back. And then it will open like a book. And there should not be any glue here because this part is not sticking. It's going to round up. There should be no glue right in here because the only glue you want is on this back side where the tab is. You can see because this is going to round up. All right, so we're going to do the same exact thing to the other side. All right, so we're flipping it over because you should always see the back side of your paper when you're gluing because we're not gluing anything on the front. And again, I colored it purple so you can see that's the only place the glue goes. You don't want to go past that because you don't want it to stick to the front of the building. All the part that we're putting glue on is going to be on the back. More glue mess. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to line up the bottom of the buildings and the edge of the building where the tab folds over. And that was easy. And you can see there's no glue in here. Just all we have on the back is the two glue tabs. That's all you see. That's the only place where the glue is. And you can see because I have excess paper, it's rounding out. It's becoming a 3D city. All right, one more piece. I have a feeling this is gonna be really easy for you once you've done the first one. You're like, I got this. All right, so again, we're gonna flip this over. I'm going to mark purple on the tabs so you know where the glue goes. And you can see the crease right there. I'm putting my line right there where the crease is so I know where the glue goes. And again, you don't have to do this because I'm doing a video and I want you to know where the glue goes. I felt like it would be easier for you to see if I colored it in. All right, so I am starting with this side and adding my purple glue very messily. And I'm going to line up the street to the bottom of the building. We don't want it up here. Please don't, we could have a sky, maybe it's a, overpass or something up here. I guess you could do a second one if you wanted. We're gonna line up the bottom of the building, and we're gonna line up the side of the building and just wrap that tab around. So again, there's no glue in here. It's only on the back. And you can see where that tab, the little one, overlaps the bigger one from the previous piece. All right, one last tab, and we will have a completed 3D city. I'm very excited. Wiping off my glue. All right, so again, you're gonna have a little bit, don't smash this all the way flat because obviously you've got extra paper, but lay the street where it matches up with the bottom and the edge and wrap that tab around. Easy as that. We have a 3D city. How cool is that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, have fun.